Retirement isn't just the end of a career, it's the start of a whole new life chapter. Often imagined as a time of rest and leisure, it's actually a profound psychological transition. It marks the end of one identity, that is, your structured work life, and the beginning of another, in which meaning, purpose, vitality has got to be rediscovered.
Yeah, man.
For many people, this stage of life is about reorienting one's energy towards passions that probably have been long postponed.
I'm gonna come by you.
It's not a retreat from life, but a new adventure in living deliberately and do it on our terms. Still, in the back of our minds, there are nagging questions like, who am I now? Or what do I want to do with my time? Maybe we're asking, how do I stay healthy and engaged? In my case, I retired after 35 years as a commercial airline pilot. And I was wondering how I would retain a similar spirit of adventure and challenge as I moved into retirement. For some of us, the answer comes with a twist of the throttle: adventure motorcycling. It's that blend of freedom, challenge, exploration that has become more than a hobby for many. It's a mindset, a way to approach aging with energy, curiosity, and courage. Whether it's crossing the entire continent like the Trans-America Trail or exploring back roads that are just close to home, the ride mirrors the journey of retirement itself. Open-ended, sometimes unpredictable. We throw off the shackles of work responsibilities, and now we embrace freedom. Let's explore 5 elements of this process. One of the biggest psychological shifts in retirement is the loss of professional identity. After decades of being defined by what we do, it can feel disorienting to suddenly just be. And after decades of meeting deadlines and others' expectations, we're now faced with a void of time and therefore identity. Psychologists call this the transition from a, quote, role-based identity to a self-based identity. Adventure motorcycling provides a meaningful bridge between those two worlds. Planning routes, maintaining a bike, setting goals, these activities echo the structure of our working life. But now, the motivation comes from within. The goals are no longer imposed by others. They are chosen. And the purpose isn't profit or promotion, it's our own personal growth and our own joy.
Yep, on the pavement for a little bit. Still climbing, yeah, baby. Fantastic.
Each ride becomes a personal mission, an exploration, not just of landscapes and trails, but of our own self-fulfillment and reliance. When you're out there on the road, you're not chasing deadlines. You're not chasing a promotion. You're not chasing a raise. You're chasing new horizons.
Wow, you all. They don't have this back east.
Wow.
Look at the view coming up. Oh yeah, we made it.
You know, there's no shortage of research that shows that staying physically and mentally active helps slow the effects of aging. The use it or lose it principle applies not only to muscles but to our mental cognition also, our confidence and creativity. Exercise strengthens the body, while new experiences strengthen and keep the mind sharp and the spirit young. Motorcycling does both. It demands balance, focus, quick thinking. It engages the senses. And every ride brings something new. A change in the weather, a challenging trail, something we didn't expect the trail to look like.
You go through the water.
And look, we run into some other riders. A conversation, maybe at a roadside cafe or just filling up our fuel tanks. What a great lady in there running this grocery store that goes back well over 100 years. Those moments of novelty are like fuel for the brain, helping to keep it flexible and alert. Grant's Grocery, McDowell, Virginia. Welcome to my base camp here in the George Washington National Forest. I'm out along the North River, embracing risk.
There's the first little stream crossing.
Sure, adventure motorcycling has its risks, so does life.
Looks okay. Whoa! Oh, some water down in my boot too. Dang.
The trick is to embrace challenge
Splashed up and over.
and without the recklessness. You got to find that sweet spot where excitement meets control. Overcoming obstacles on the road, a tricky gravel sandy stretch, a long day in the saddle. Roll on down the trail and see how it looks as we go along. A sudden rainstorm. It all strengthens our resilience. And each success says, I can still do hard things.
Yeah, I don't have my saw with me.
That confidence and vitality carries over into daily life in a way that, routine comforts and hanging around the house just cannot provide.
But it's not like I never made a mistake before.
Transforming fear of our aging into more of a sense of capability, resilience, and freedom. Loneliness and isolation are among the greatest psychological threats to older adults. One of the great myths of aging is that it's a solitary process. But in truth, connection helps keep us alive. Motorcycling, though often seen as a lone pursuit, actually fosters community. We're in Brandywine, West Virginia. These guys rolled up. We've had a really great visit. They're out of Vermont doing the Mid-Atlantic Backcountry Discovery Route. From online forums to local riding clubs and meetups, even the YouTube channels, riders share a bond that transcends our age. There's always someone ready with advice, a story, or invitation to come ride.
Great to meet you. It was a lot of fun to
My
talk.
pleasure.
Yeah,
Joe.
Good to meet you. What was your name again?
Joe.
Joe.
Good to meet
Yeah.
you, Joe.
It's really nice to meet you, Joe.
Thank you. You guys are awesome.
This intergenerational camaraderie reinforces a sense of belonging, mental health, and longevity. We're staying connected to others in a wider world. And those friendships aren't just fun, they're essential for reducing the loneliness that too often shadows retirement. Ultimately, healthy aging is not about clinging to youth, but embracing a new you. It's about becoming adaptable.
Get out here and maybe touch the salt water.
Like adjusting to changing terrain, we thrive when we cultivate flexibility in mind, body, and our attitude.
Okay, this is good enough. I'm anxious to get on the trail, but here we are. The beautiful white sands of Navarre Beach and the start of the Southeast Backcountry Discovery Route.
At its heart, the psychology of healthy aging is about adaptability, learning to adjust as the terrain changes. Erik Erikson, a renowned developmental psychologist, described later life as a time of, quote, integrity versus despair, end quote, where individuals reflect on their lives with either fulfillment or regret.
Okay, I just dropped her. That mud puddle right there behind me. Got a little too cocky, I guess. Okay.
And I find that those with a biblical faith, such as myself, often reflect on its added peace value to them as they age. By continuing to explore and test our limits, we can find that life remains meaningful right up to the last mile. Adventure motorcycling and any passion like it helps people find that fulfillment. Every trip, every challenge, every mile adds meaning to the journey. And the goal isn't to hold on to the past youth that's gone and never to come back again. You know, it's to stay alive to the life that's before us.
Probably in the future, I just want to ride, take in the atmosphere and the countryside I'm riding through and enjoy it. I want to keep riding as long as I can, so ride smart. And I'm just going to enjoy the Alabama countryside and the Southeast BDR here today.
So my final thoughts, retirement doesn't have to be a slow fade into comfort. It can be a grand open road adventure that's filled with curiosity, growth, and joy. You don't have to ride a motorcycle to live that way, but I find it's hard to find a better metaphor. After all, the riders with the biggest grins and the happiest retirees aren't focused on how fast they get there.
All right, get our gloves on and get rolling again.
They're the ones who slow down just enough to truly enjoy the ride.